Good Friday to you, or Saturday whenever this video gets posted, but I'm trying to put it up Friday. Um this is a news report unofficially, clearly, okay? This is hair is in its cap. All right, scarf is going to be on because I'm basically doing a full-on hair treatment. These are my natural nails. See, it's all broken. There is no nail here, but this one. These are mine. Glasses are on. Just woke up, face, and I felt like yesterday I wanted to make a video, but then I woke up to some really startling information, and I said, now I need to do a video. For those of you who don't know, like I didn't know, and thank you, Molly JJ, for sending that to me, because just the crap that goes on, it's just ridiculous. So anyways, let's get on down to it. Before we get started, please be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, EMIAJLUV, and let's get in with this news report, okay? So this is like the headline. Okay, this is the headline, okay? There was two French doctors as of yesterday who were, talking and conversing or whatever the case is, and felt like they wanted to do testing in Africa. Well, that didn't go over well. It didn't go over well with me because I'm like, why would you need a test in Africa? Bill Gates is also a fan of testing out in Africa with his organization, $10 billion, him and his chick. And it didn't receive good views. It was all over Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I just saw it. It's all over Twitter. Mine was sent to me through Instagram. And, people were basically calling these men racist. And I believe that they are racist. And I believe that Bill Gates is racist with his $10 billion for Africa and his chick. And I believe that all of this shit is racist. First of all, South Africa, might I add, is on the lower spectrum of people who are getting it, deaths, and just something else, okay? But recoveries, that's happening. So the fact that these people, that is on the lower spectrum, and you guys want to go and do testing in Africa, and then their excuses are, well, they don't have the masks or the treatments. They don't have as much as we do in the gloves. Well, clearly they don't need what you have. They've been doing just fine, just like before, French people, when you sat, and Europeans, when y'all sat there and came over to the land in the first place to get whatever supplies and crap that you needed. They were doing just fine without you. They clearly are okay. I didn't hear none of y'all motherfuckers trying to help them with their moth, whatever those bugs are, situation, but yet y'all want to come in there to test a virus. That is very racist. Because last time I checked, America, China, Iran, and like 2 or 3 other ones, it's on here. Though these countries are the ones that need the testing. And if you want to talk about a poor country, because that's why they want to go, is to a poor country, so that way, if they kill people, they don't have to look so bad. It's not really affecting things like they think. And they still sit there claiming that, look, let me tell you something, it's not all of Africa that's poor. Egypt even might need a little help, okay? But they don't need your stuff. They don't need as much help as you're talking about. There are other poor countries around. Hell, go to parts of India and test on them people. But just to sit there and point out Africa as if that is a solution, as if that's a way to go. Why do you think that y'all get so much comfort in killing us, or us killing each other, or us, or putting us in jail because we scare you people. But hell, how many times do we have to say, leave us alone? How many times are you going to go to a country and violate and bring these people down even more so, put another freaking situation that they got to deal with on their hands in there, and then still want to be like, oh, what? We were just trying to help. No, y'all racist and y'all evil and y'all underhanded. Even when it came to that Dr. Webby guy and stuff like that, who was sitting there curing AIDS that I just found out about, that Nick Cannon wants to, is not wants to, but will be releasing a documentary on and stuff. So be sure to catch that, and I'll post the date and stuff. But just like that situation, he's sitting there curing something that y'all should have been cured. Should have been cured it. It's ridiculous. I have other topics, so I'll try not to, get too far gone on this one. But there is something that has to be done. There has to be some type of spread of the news. There has to be some type of something that can be stopped. I don't have all the answers. Hell, I barely have answers for my life. Okay. But I know and I believe that as a unit, if we just get our heads out of the clouds for a second, that there can be something that can be done, and that maybe a new way can be taken on these tests. Because really, the test should be given to those people who are at a higher risk. Don't go to no poor country who don't have the problem, and you're going to put the problem there. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's... Anyways, we're going to move on before I get carried away, because it's already been like 6 minutes of this. So, 7 minutes. Moving on. All right. So, look. This is from me to you, and this is an observation. Okay? It's not as much as the news. But if you pay attention, it's definitely all around us, right? So, look. There is a lot of commercials that are, talking about the COVID situation, staying indoors, all those types of things. But have you also noticed that they've been advertising more commercials, shows, movies about with violence, with killing, murder, scary movies, things like that? If you're just watching cable at the moment, that's what I'm watching, because in the hotel I'm at, we don't have Netflix in here, so, can break out the computer when we want to, but sometimes it's just purely, TV. And this is what they're advertising. They're also advertising more of these medicines for your highs and your lows and your depression and all your anxieties and things like that. Have you noticed that as well? Y'all, I want you guys to please be awake and wide awake. People can talk about me and say, oh, she's not articulate, or she doesn't make any sense, or she babbles. If you just kind of weed past all the other things that I'm saying, or something like that, and really just get the message, it'll do you a service, okay? What I'm saying is that there's these commercials out here, okay? And they're taking advantage and preying on weak-minded people, or people who have become depressed because of their life and now they're stuck inside. Like, for instance, and I'm saying this like this. I'm a person, I sit inside too long, I'm like a puppy or like a little baby. I just get like a kid, I get antsy. They actually say adults' attention span is not as much as people like to think. It's just almost as equivalent to a child. The only difference is that we kind of learn how to control it a little bit more. But that doesn't mean that we still don't get into stuff. Now, we're not a child anymore, so we don't get to just get into our fingers being plugged into the electrical socket. Now we're getting into, oh, I'm going to steal somebody's car today because I just don't have nothing to do. Stuff like that. So what I'm saying is, be careful about what you're putting in your mind. Be careful about what you're watching. Be careful about how much of that you're ingesting, because the thing is that it's another situation where they're trying to get you. This is a brainwashing of an over time type of situation, and with you and I and everyone kind of being made to stay in their house, and oh, okay, what am I gonna do today? And nothing, or I'm gonna go to my job online, but oh, this is so boring, or oh, I'm not getting enough work, and I'm just gonna sit here all day and binge watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit, which is fun sometimes, or I'm going to just binge watch this scary movie while we're all inside. Do you know what that can do to the mind? Where some people's mind, having thoughts or urges, or just being bored and antsy, depressed, angry, hateful, and having sat there for long hours of the day binge watching these things that are putting more ideas into their head, feeding onto what they have. By the time they walk out their house, it's going to be a full on explosion. You see what I'm saying? Be careful and watch what's going on around you. Those depression pills, let me tell you something, they don't work. Not because I've tried them, but because they just don't work. I'm not talking about people with serious cases, because in those serious cases, if you need medication, I understand that. But let me tell you something. Those medications come with side effects, and anything with a side effect normally doesn't freaking work. Okay, though they say, and now they're advertising. Oh, are you still feeling depressed with on those depression pills? Well, of course you are. Of course you are feeling depressed on those depression pills. You know, but that's why we have now to give you an injection, a shot. That's the one that you do once a week. That doesn't have anything. Well, it has plenty of side effects, but hey, this is the way to go. They're talking about those pharmaceutical companies, and I still don't see enough being done about that. Those pharmaceutical companies are the biggest drug dealers on the planet, and each and every one of those people needs to be imprisoned for even being in that field. Okay, creating this stuff that has all these side effects, that hasn't been FDA approved, that hasn't been properly tested, whatever the case is, that has, rat hair in it, just shoved in a pill and given to you and stuff. That stuff is the reason why half of us are crazy in the first place, because we had a bad day and now we took a pill and it made us worse. And that you never was the same again. Now you're dependent. I understand feeling crappy and down, but I'm going to give something to you. Yoga, eating healthy. There is a pastor of health and wellness who actually advertises that what you eat still programs what's going on in your brain and things like that. Eat it. So I encourage you guys to watch him or listen to him, whatever, because really it's more listening to him. Activities. I love, as we've been sitting inside, we play taboo, we play chess, we play cards. Remember what it's like to be sociable and still have fun, even on a budget. Remember those days, okay, where you go to the park for no reason and you just, 45 years old, 37 years old, but you guys are swinging on the swings, as long as you wipe the swings down with alcohol pads. Going for a hike and a jog, all right, with the face mask and staying away from other people, while you're inside, watching kid movies, family movies, The Incredibles, Trolls, all those types of things. Something enjoyable and funny and with the family and keep you entertained, okay? Getting your business plan started, okay? This is the time where you're sitting still and not much is going on. You can focus on school. You can, on your classes if you don't have a job. You can focus on, getting that business up and going. Okay, let's get this business list for this business plan. Okay, and what materials do I need for this? This is the time for that. Oh, you know what? I've always wanted to make an investment and stuff like that. Well, let's see if I invest a small portion into this. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to stick and hold. I'm giving you some keys here, people. All right? Organizing and cleaning up your house, getting rid of things. Shoot, who cares about selling it at this point? Just take that stuff to the dumpster. It needs to be let go. It needs to be out of your house. It needs to be out of your way. All right? This is a season for that. This is a season to get you together in your mind and not to let this television and what they're trying to shove in your face corrupt it. Thank God for the people with a Fire Stick and, Netflix. But even then, if you're choosing to watch certain stuff, just make sure you be careful. You want to read more, read more. You don't know how to read, learn how to read. Okay? So that's the main two topics that I want to talk about for this particular video. I will be doing a part 2 of this. I might change my clothes just because it's fun. I don't know yet. But anyways, I'll be doing a part 2 of the news reports. More on bigger, good other topics, but more topics than this and shorter. So those are the main two things I want to talk about, though, and I feel like they're really important. Thank you so much for listening and for sitting with me. Have a good day, and see you on the next one.